Hey folks, figured I'd just do a little update video on the Liquifire engine. As you can see, it's still in, 1,000 pieces. But when I tore it apart, um, I got into the crank, and you can see it's in a plastic bag. That's because I had to have it rebuilt. So just set that down here. Um, Tore it open, and both of the center bearings kind of had some noise in it. And so I just kind of figured, better safe than sorry. Get it rebuilt. I'm lucky there's a guy in Green Bay. He rebuilds them. He's actually the only one in the state of Wisconsin that does it. It sounded like the two PTO bearings were going out as well. They weren't bad. They were just making a little noise, and it was just better safe than sorry. Now looking at the seals, I only got 3 of them. I think this is a center seal, so he must have forgot to put one in the bag. But they're still nice and flexible. There's no wear around them. They're not torn or anything. So this definitely wasn't our issue. This is the PTO side seal, and it is just astonishingly in good shape for being, almost a 50-year-old engine. So the guy that rebuilt my crank also redid the cylinders for me. He was able to clean it up, and he rehoned both cylinders so he can get a nice seat in the with the new rings, and they actually cleaned up really well. I don't know if you can see, but there's a just right at the tip of my finger here is a little scuff still, but it's not enough to make any big difference. So it should work out pretty good. I did take and pop the bottom caps off of these to have a look at the main jets, and neither of them were plugged up. This one's off the side that burned down, and it was pretty clean on the inside. Normally you'd see some gunk down there if it was going to do something. So I don't think that these were the issue, but that being said, I'm still going to rebuild them and put new jets in them. Now, one more thing I did find when tearing it apart was just this absolutely god-awful amount of corrosion under the intake boots, and this is the only place in the engine where it's really this bad. Here's the boots. They're just in really awful shape. I don't know why it would be like this, but it's possible that this corrosion pushed a boot off and we got like an air leak in here or something. That or low octane fuel is really the only thing that I can come up with as to why this engine blew. Now let me just elaborate for a minute when I say low octane fuel, because I wasn't just running, crappy old gas that I found somewhere. On our farm, we get bulk fuel delivered from our co-op for the tractors that we run and lawnmowers and anything else, the four-wheeler. And when we order ethanol-free gas. Now, when you order that, I was under the impression that they don't get a special blend. It's just what the premium would be at the gas station. And it turns out that it's actually their own special blend. So they get 87 octane. Basically, this engine in the owner's manual calls for premium gas, 91 octane or more. And so what was happening was detonating in the engine just because of that. Now, most of my other sleds are all okay with 88 octane, so they should be okay, but this one and my Cyclone will need to have some octane booster, or I'll need to go to the gas station and get some premium gas for it. And I do have a whole box of goodies here. Basically just, carb kits, whole new gasket kit, fuel pumps, needle bearings, new pistons for it, new boots. I do have all of my new electrical components over here. When I bought the engine, they came with 2 brand new coil packs. They've never been installed, so we're going to be putting those on. I am going with a Hutech Fireplug CDI. The Prestolite CDIs are just too unreliable, and I don't really feel like risking my engine or, being down losing spark on that old CDI. and my stator ohmed out to spec, so I don't feel the need to spend $200 and recreationally rewind it. Basically, we should have a brand new electrical system on this sled when we're done with it. Should be pretty reliable. Now, the reason I didn't just slam this engine back together is because I've got damn near $600 into it already, and I think I actually want to make it look nice when I actually put it back together. So I'm waiting for uh, snowmobile season to be over and I can get my oven out and put the sleds away, and I'm actually going to be powder coating the case and the head, and pretty much any other part that's supposed to be black is going to get powder coated, and it should look pretty sharp. Yeah, so that's basically where we're at with this engine. I'll probably make a couple videos doing some random stuff to this sled that I haven't, made a video about already. So stay tuned. Consider subscribing if you enjoy watching that stuff and want to stay up to date.